Can't turn, can't turn. Not gonna make it. FedEx convoy. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just want to take you guys for a little drive in the second gen. I'm taking it from my apartment back to the shop because it currently is broken, and we will go over that in the next video. So we're just taking it back before it gets stuck at my place and I have no way to work on it. But figured I'd take you guys for a little drive, show you what it's like driving it. Man, this thing is so fun to drive. It has all the turbo noises. I just smoked out this Tesla behind us. Not intentional. I know I've been getting some questions, and yes, this truck was a 6-speed manual. I made this adapter mount so I can still use my cup holders and have a ratchet shifter mounted in a comfortable position that I liked it. We'll go over more of that when we get to the shop. going to show you guys how to row through the gears on this. It's really straightforward. On my setup, I have converter lockup on the top, overdrive on the bottom. So we'll come to a full stop here, pull it back into first, which is all the way back. Okay, so I come to stop in third, and then I pull it all the way back. Now we're in first. And then make sure you look both ways so you don't get smoked by a Karen. And then we'll just take off in first. And second is straightforward. Just don't have to pull it or nothing, use bump.
Bump.
Second. And then third, you gotta pull and forward one. Just like that. And then you can lock it. And then get her going. Get that S400 up a little bit. And then grab overdrive. And just like that. It's the bumpiest freaking road. S10 pulling a side-by-side. You love to see it. Okay, I pulled over here so I can show you guys one more time. I think that road was a little too bumpy, but just like I was saying, we're all the way back in first now, and we'll just take off, bump forward for second, and then pull forward for third. Then you can just do overdrive, then lock up, or lock up and then overdrive for lock shift, because we love lock shifts. So one thing I love about Firepunk's valve bodies is they set them up to where in first you can command lock up and it actually won't lock it till you shift a second. So that's super nice if you're just wanting to do a burnout or launch or anything. You don't have to worry about grabbing lockup. But yeah, let's just take off and do a nice, easy takeoff.
Bump.
Second, third, then we'll go overdrive. And then we'll go lockup. Super straightforward, really easy, and it's awesome. See, it's not a pavement princess. It goes off-road. Over to the shop. Dang, nice tracker. And then to park it, you just gotta go all the way forward. Now we're in neutral. There's reverse lockout. You gotta push this forward. And then you can go to reverse and then park. That easy. All right, we just made it to the shop. I'm gonna get this thing washed up because it is filthy. And then I'm gonna pull it inside, go over my shifter setup, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I have found with the truck and why it's gonna be here for a while. just like that, it's all washed up. And man, does it look good. We're gonna get it pulled in the garage. All right, we got the truck back in the shop. I've been getting some DMs and I've seen a couple comments about my shifter setup. So I wanted to make a quick little video showing you guys what I have made and hopefully inspire some of you guys to keep the manual cup holders and that sort of thing. But let me show you guys what I did for my setup. Okay, now you guys can see something. So like I was saying, there's a piece of flat stock on the bottom. I think it's like 1/8 inch steel. Kind of like somewhat molded it, curved it to fit the subfloor. Nothing really crazy. Drilled a hole through the flat stock, obviously, and then took a hole saw, drilled the boot out a little bit so it fit over this tube, slid the boot over, and then welded the piece of flat stock up top. And then all the wiring for the switches and everything goes through the tube down to the bottom to the transmission. One thing I did is I put the cup holder console in, and with just the tube, no bottom plate or nothing, I just kind of set it in there and try to see where the boot would look good and the angle of where the shifter would sit. Because to me, the most important part is where this guy's going to sit. It's almost perfect for me. You know, my arm's like right on the center console to where it's comfortable for me and it's not too close to the radio. I can still adjust the music, work on my climate controls and all that. So to me, I have this set perfectly where I want it. It looks great. It works great. And I really like it. So that was my main goal, which, you know, kind of caused the boot to not sit perfectly flush in here, which no big deal. We'll fix that when we redo this bracket, but not bad for kind of thrown together in a hurry. But yeah, that'd be my advice, is just to set this all up, get the console set in, and then try and get the shifter set where it works for you, and then try to build accordingly. Don't try and make this look good, and next thing you know, your shifter is like almost hitting your leg, or it's, you know, it's not where you want it, where it's not comfortable, because you definitely want to be comfortable in this thing. And yeah, that's really it. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Leave them down in the comment section below, and I will get to them. One other thing I'd like to mention is, if you are considering doing this, my opinion, it's been the best thing I've ever done to the truck. I highly recommend it. You know, I love manuals, and for what I want to do with this truck, just the manual didn't make sense anymore. I will definitely have another manual one day, but for what I wanted for this truck, it made most sense to go to a 48 RE, and it just completely changes the truck. It's so much more fun, like doing fun stuff, burnouts, all that. It's just easier to drive. You know, it's really fun operating the switches too, and like everybody who rides in it thinks this thing is like a spaceship because of this, so that's kind of fun too. But really, it's been my favorite thing I've done to the truck. I absolutely recommend doing it if you're considering it. And if you need any help, have any questions about it, yeah, just leave them down below. Send me a message, something I can get to it, because like I did the swap all in the garage, and like I know every single thing you need for a second gen and pretty much for a third gen too. So yeah, if you'd like to see more of that, leave it down below. Some of you guys are probably wondering what I did about my catch can setup. So I told you guys I'm making a custom bracket. I'm still working on that. I had this is my 3D print prototype that works, but I had to modify, and it's not perfect, so I'm gonna redo it. So I'll be getting that done too, but for now I just have 2 AN lines running straight on down the bottom out by the transmission, and we're venting to the atmosphere. So not ideal, but that's what we have going right now. And yeah, that's really it. I do plan on getting this finalized once I get it how I like it, and I'll probably get some of these made. I might sell some of them, we'll see, depending on what I can make them for, which I know a local machine shop that has a water jet, so probably water jet all these out, then have them probably weld it. We'll see, but let's just I'm just gonna see what they can do for pricing on that. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a little POV of what it's like driving this thing with the full manual valve body and an S400 on a VP44 truck. And I wanted to show you guys my shifter setup. So that's really it. The reason this thing is going in the garage for a while, You'll have to stay tuned for the next video. But I will say it is engine related and something I saw coming, but I didn't think it'd be this soon. But no big deal. We're gonna get it fixed up. So stay tuned for that video. But thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next one.